Hunters, Globers, the others, but overall, truth seekers. Okay, this week I'm gonna give you something that I wasn't supposed to be giving you. I was keeping it from my book because it's something that autodidactic, John Levy, and all these guys really would like to know. I'm giving you this information just so you understand that I'm a serious guy, that I did my research and my homework are very well done. I'm going to give to you today what the plug holes are on the star forts. And I'm going to prove it to you without the shadow of a doubt. But in the end, as usual, it's going to end up with more questions than answers. I have a good view. Now here's our past. 15th, 16th, 17th century. These were the city we used to live in. More orderly, more modern than anything we have today. It, it looked more like our future than our past. For the geometrical patterns of these construction are not from this guy. That's a lie. This guy is syphilis full bullshit because he could have never designed the entire world because the entire world is made out of these things. Each and every one of them buried in mud, but still functional. Some of them still functional today. The other are all buried. But when you look at it carefully, you can see that we didn't evolve after having built that. Because if we would have evolved after being the builder of these things, we would have continued, we would remember. But we don't remember. We don't know who built these. We don't even know who we are. These, the Bastion, the most proeminent of all the Star Fortress. This one especially was the answer because what you see in the shapes of it is a matrix laying underneath it because those star forts they're all built on top of matrix. Montreal, this is not an island. This is a man-made structure, just like Manhattan. And what you see in this in the red circle is a bastion because they were all over the globe. They were everywhere. And they didn't build any of these because they are all over the world. 1,500 and more in total exposed because you don't see the others. The one in the green part on top and the one, there's more under too. What does that card look to you? I'll tell you what it looks like. It looks like a map of a subway station, ain't it? Well, must look like it because that's what it is. No, they never built any. They only demod it and say they built it because they don't build any of these. These were already there. Like this one, Citadel of Quebec, still in use today. Army fortress, of course, because you know who's in charge. It's not the guy with the tie. It's the guy with the gun. And who's got the gun? It's the arm. These things, they're not what you think it. They're not what you think they are. They were not built for defense or post or protective against the enemy. That's not it. This is all bullshit. Now, why would I Sacsayhuman, Cusco, Peru, the Citadel of Cusco, Peru? Now, why would I show you the Citadel of Quebec and the Citadel of Cusco, Peru? Because of course, there shouldn't be any correlation, for history says so. The one in Cusco, Peru was supposed to be built by Inca or primitive unknown race that disappeared with time, but that built that in the 15th century. While on the other side, the other one was supposed to be built in the 1700 by either the Brits or the American or whoever the name they put on is bogus because they didn't build any of this. And why do I show you both of them together? Well, because it's one and the same. These are the same construction. It says exactly the same. It's the same construction built, the same thing. The only thing is that the one we supposedly have built in the 1700 still function. It still got its technology inside. As for the one in Cusco, Peru, was just simply got they took away every technology part of it and they just left it there to rot. Everywhere you look at those fortress, sea fortress, even the land one, each each and every one of them are identical at some point or in some manners. For you see, this one fits exactly inside that one. Everywhere around the globe, there's not a million mystery. They're only hiding one thing, and that one thing is the Matrix, which will be introduced to you later on. But for now, let's just concentrate it on the Star Force to begin, because they're the top of the Matrix. We're not there yet. So, what's the one of the most common thing we find in all of them are the famous plug holes. Everybody in the topic wonders what they are. Well, it's a premiere. I'll tell you what they are because I found out what they were. These things, they were not cannon stand. Bastion that that formed. This is this was our insignia in the past with an X in the middle. Now you understand. We didn't win the Civil War. We lost it. It's not always the good one that wins. Sometimes it's a bad one. Because if you didn't notice, you are being slaved. If you didn't understand that yet, man, I'm telling you, you are being slaved. I knew I've seen that shape somewhere, Le Bastion, so commonly everywhere, even here in L'Île aux Noix or Churchill Bay. Man, same size, same form, exactly the same size and the same form. And if you can see it on that schema, man, this is a bastion. Well, I was sure about it, but don't worry, I got other things than shapes and form. You know me, I'm going deep. That towers, that tower, that's exactly where that tower is supposed to be, in the middle of a bastion, and that's exactly where it is. A lie, a big fucking lie is what we're living every day. Our history is Photoshop and bogus. Look on the left side. They took the right side to do the the, the, the illustration on the left side. But when they did so, they left an imprint on the original one, which you can still see there in the red circle. And when you look at the illustration they took out of it, you see that she's standing proud in a bastion. And when you look at the original, you can see that the bastion she's standing in a bastion, but they just removed it. Our past is Photoshop from one end to the other. You can see Photoshop. This was in the 1900. This was photoshopped in 1900. Now you know the advance of technology they have in front of us. Man, there's nothing we can do. There's nothing at all we can do. Nothing. We're doomed. And this is what the real Eiffel Tower look like. Eiffel Tower. Bogus. That's not an Eiffel Tower. That's just a tower because Gustave has got nothing to do with the construction of that thing. Thinks I'm not. Think I'm not. I'm judging on the drawing. No, no. Look, you can see the arch door, the top of the arch door on those old picture. She is standing in a bastion. And if you see the size of the people, imagine the height of the bastion that's underneath that thing. For remember, it holds the tower. It's huge. There's 100 feet. That's 100 feet bastion for sure. And it's top with mud. And look at that shovel. See the size of that shovel compared to this guy. And look at the railroad work. These guys are building that thing. Come on, man. Come on. Just to open your eyes, please look. Ridiculous. That's not enough. I'm gonna nail that coffin. These are the plans of the hydraulic jacks that lays underneath the feet of the tower. Here, I put them all together for you to see what they'd look like once the tower would be removed. We can say whatever we want, but fact speaks for themselves. When you find things that are identical, there's no going out of it. It's got to be the same thing, usually, like, I don't know, just like this one, man. Check this one on the left. Incredible. That thing is exactly the same. Just like the previous one. Now, for you see, this is for independence. I know it's a 5-point star fortress. It's not a bastion, but anyhow, it's gotten the same plug holes as the bastion. For there must have been another form of tower on top of it. Now you see those flaps around the circle. These were made to hold the wire so it doesn't go back in once it was pushed up, because these were hydraulic jacks, and each leg of the lady has gotten wire coming up into it, and they have adjustment. These are the adjustment of the wiring that's going inside the legs of the tower, which are hydraulic jacks. So you got to understand that this tower is naked. The Eiffel Tower, it is naked, because that tower, that's the Chrysler building. That was made by, they add the Gustave name to the bogus story that comes with it. But then again, it's the same thing, same height, same dimension. It is an Eiffel Tower. It stretches my mouth to say it. It is an Eiffel Tower, but that one is complete. It's got its housing on it. The other one, it was in plain view of everybody when they re-entered the old continent, when they repopulated the place. And it was kind of embarrassing for the era. So what they did, they just removed the housing, because they needed the tower, because the tower is the main part. That Chrysler building, it's not the building that's important, it's the tower that's inside. For you see, where there was a star fortress, there was a tower on top. That's all there is to it. Just like the Empire State Building. There were Zeppelin duck and there were other things, because that's an antenna. They invented a god for you to believe in, just to hide the tower, because that's the main part of the machines, the towers. Here in Quebec, l'Île aux Noix, twice the size of the Eiffel Tower. See you in the next episode. I hope I captivate your imagination, and I hope you find it to press the like button or share, because this is prime information I'm giving you. This was supposed to be kept for my book, to have some, first place, first time being shown, but no, I need your attention, which I don't seem to be able to get. So see you in the next episode. Please like and share. I just told you what the plug holes are. Share with John Levy and Autodidactics if you want. Have a nice day.